Happy birthday, woo-hoo. Happy birthday, woo-hoo. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, woo-hoo.
Kind of like built very slowly, so it went from having like a couple of members to then doing some work with CMHT, wasn't it? Then we had quite a range of people coming through, and that was when we only just really started to establish workshops. So I guess we had like our first workshops upstairs in that church like sort of hall, and then everyone else had to be quiet downstairs while that was going on upstairs.
Yeah, because we would do like wellbeing planning upstairs, but then we would try and do assessments downstairs in a corner,
as quiet
whilst
as we could.
painting stones with two other people in another corner.
And it really did just evolve with the members, I think, as we figured out what they wanted and what they felt was helping them, and seeing that community grow. I think that really helped us to figure out which way we were going to go with the service.
Definitely.
I don't think we really, if we ever had a set plan, it never went to set plan because it always changed so much with the members, really, I think.
Yeah.
We came in with a blank slate, didn't we, really?
We kind of asked them though, didn't we, what they saw, what they needed as well.
Yeah.
You know, what was it they needed, what was the support that they wanted. I think we got a lot of feedback, didn't we, and then started building them workshops from there, didn't we?
And reflecting on what worked really well for us. So like the parts of service from which we felt were going really well, not even with our service but other services, and and the things that weren't going so well, and we kind of took them good parts and really exacerbated them, I suppose.
I think having like our own lived experience, being in and out of services has been like really key in how we've built Isorropia, because I think we've known what might have helped us. Because I can remember, you know, it always being about your diagnosis or, you know, this medication or that kind of therapy. Whereas with Isorropia, we look at our members holistically, don't we?
Yeah.
Diagnosis, whilst that's one part of people, they're much more than that. The people that we see have got, you know, passions and skills and purpose that they need to connect to, and that's really. Then we started kind of developing that model, didn't we, of well-being and what we wanted to, our core values that we wanted to really embed within it.
Yeah.
We bore the 5 keys to well-being.
It took a little bit of time. But that's it. I think we were almost privileged in the sense that we came in with quite a clear remit that we knew something needed to change. We didn't necessarily know exactly what that kind of change would look like, but like you say, kind of that really gentle stepped approach, getting in our original members, the original core, kind of developing, understanding their needs, introducing workshops. There were no workshops when we started. There were no workshops.
It was arts and crafts
It was
and a
all
little
arts and
chat.
crafts. That's it.
Before the structured programme, we just had drop-in workshops. You could come along and you could just access a workshop here and there. But I guess for our members that felt a little bit not so structured and maybe not quite so safe. They were meeting different people, different members, different staff. So one of the things obviously we changed there was moving to our structured programme that we've got now, which makes people feel more held and builds that community more, doesn't it? Because when we see our members now, we see them like swapping numbers, creating their own kind of little breakout groups besides Isorropia, which is what we wanted all along, wasn't it? Like to create a community of people who are supporting each other outside of us, supporting them.
Really sets them up for the future, really, because you know while we'll always be there to support them, we're not always going to be, you know, right there beside them. I think they need to be able to have each other to fall back on, you know, in them times of having, you know, a bit of a wobble or whatnot. I think it's really important. The people that you have around you are so important, that being able to provide that and help them support to get them networks is incredible part of Isorropia. You can see that with all the online things that we've been doing.
The online stuff. I was thinking about this the other day. We were open. We've been more of Isorropia's life has been through COVID times than not. So we celebrated our first birthday in the first lockdown, and then we've been in lockdown ever since, and the online stuff kind of happened pretty much overnight, didn't it? And by the end of that week we had a kind of programme to support our members, and I think again that just shows that we move to the needs of of our members and what's needed. I remember feeling really panicked and going down into a workshop and speaking to a member, and they were like, are you going to close? Are you going to close? What's going to happen? I need you guys. And I just remember feeling like in my heart, what are we going to do? But then within 24 hours we were like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to create a private Facebook page, we're going to get everyone in there, we're going to send everyone letters out. And then it went wild. Then we had Tom in various wigs doing Irish jigs and all sorts. And we obviously never anticipated any of that, but it works. And I think what we know from that now is we want to keep a blend of that and the face-to-face work when we can now. We've been talking a lot about with other services recently is that, you know, people should feel like they're in many different services, but they're just moving fluidly through whatever they need at that point in time. Not that they're being discharged here and put over there, but actually, you know, you need this, we can make that happen type of thing.
I'm thinking of the name though, Isorropia, I mean, Greek word for balance. I mean, come on, that is a balance for us as wellbeing coaches and a balance for our members and our community.
I think during COVID, that kind of when we all had to work from home, I really noticed the connection, how important it actually was to be in a room with all of you guys, and even a building, and having to work from home and adjust to that was just bizarre. So I think it kind of reinforced to me actually just how important that human connection is. You know, so for our members who are at home and isolated, being able to now give them a community and actually inviting them back into the building, you know, eventually in the next few months we'll be able to be back face to face a lot more. So it's really exciting to actually return to that, because like you said, it's been over a year we've been able to actually do that properly. Yeah, and we had that amazing birthday party or Christmas party that we had for the members.
Oh, we had a Christmas
party.
party, didn't we? That was amazing. We had we had Guitar Hero upstairs. We had a big buffet downstairs.
Yeah. We had a big workshop running as well, didn't we? I think we did a workshop at one point. Did we in the morning?
No, that was
our
World
opening
Mental
day.
Health Day.
We had an
I think.
opening day as well, didn't we?
So we've done so many things. We did that World Mental Health Day. We did a big kind of open day, didn't we? And we did like little taster workshops, and there was just lots of people coming in and out of the doors, which was really nice. Then we had the Christmas party, and it was so nice because it was like a whole day, wasn't it? We had 50-60 members in, and everybody just forgot about, you know, what they were working on or their problems that they were experiencing at the moment, and it was just so nice to get everyone together and have a bit of fun and be silly and play Pinata Santa.
I think it's something very different that we can offer our members, that we're perhaps in a privileged position where we can, to an element, really understand what it is they're going through. And that means that for us as a service, we are constantly treading this quite different professional boundary that perhaps other people might have, where we can get down on another person's level, really understand the core of what it is that's going on with them as well, give them that different level of support and understanding as well. It's a very different vibe to any other service I've had the pleasure of experiencing.
Definitely, in giving them hope for the future again, because I think people can get so lost in their diagnosis and being unwell that actually even the thought of things potentially being different can seem so just unachievable. So actually now that we do like things like the foundation course, actually recognising actually you could do that is a massive thing for some people, because they've not heard that or really experienced that. I think that's a massive thing that we do.
I think one of my favourite topics, workshops, lives that we do is the fear of getting well. I know that you're all for a bit of fear of getting well, because again, for me, that was something that was absolutely terrifying. You know, when you've been in services or you've been unwell for such a long time, the thought of what is my life going to be like without holding on to my illness or without all of these, you know, complexities that comes with that, it is scary. And to be able to say to people, actually take that leap of faith and we'll walk by you while you kind of test the waters and see what it's like on the other side, it's really powerful to be able to say, actually, do you know what, just put your toe in, see what it's like.
It's that unknown feeling, isn't it? It's unknown feeling that we all, you know, even being wellbeing coaches, we still face that every day. The unknown feeling of
Constant challenges,
Yeah.
change. Absolutely. teaching people things that you can take for granted, like communicating, basic communicating. Like if you've never been taught how to have that difficult conversation with someone, or you have tendencies to people please, actually it can be the most empowering thing in the world when you finally take back that bit of control and be like, actually I'm going to put a boundary down now. And actually being allowed to do that and encouraged to do that can completely change your perspective of your life, and the fact that you can take some control back of your life again.
But having that voice, isn't it? It's so important. I know from my experience, from a young age, wasn't listened to. Wasn't really allowed to have a voice. And then I meet with the team at Isorropia, and it's all of a sudden that your opinion does matter on how a service should be, and it's really important. And I think that has a massive impact on our members as well, when they're coming through, is hearing the lived experience. It's going to definitely empower them to take some change. Yeah.
I think that describes what we do so well, though. Helping people to recognise they're not alone, helping people to feel valid in what is they're going through, kind of garner that self-awareness and understanding, and then guiding them towards putting the ball back in their court. So often we can feel totally disempowered when we're in mental health.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. I've tried time and time again, and I don't seem to be able to make any shifts. But having that guidance and understanding that comes with it, I think that's probably the ingredient that makes us that very much different.
Without a doubt, one of the biggest things that we do here is kind of say to our members, that it's within you. Because most of the time when you're struggling with your mental health, you feel like someone is going to come along and wave a magic wand and fix you, or give you the therapy, or give you the treatment that you need. Whereas we come from a very different approach, saying actually you've already got that. You may need a few more skills, you may need to pick up a few things in the workshops, you may need to get a better understanding of yourself, but everything that you need, you have got. We just need to hone in on that and work with you to bring it out of you. And when people realise that actually it's within me to make that difference, to make that change, I remember sitting and doing the gift course with Charlie. You can visibly see people going, oh my goodness, it's me, I can do this.
I think it's been the most empowering thing. I've worked in NHS for many, many, many years, and being able to see someone come from, actually I'm going to come into service now, and potentially a little bit resistant to coming in, to now actually going through the service, mentoring and volunteering and getting a job, or even working with us, is just incredible, because there is no way, these people, some of the people that I'm thinking about would have said, there's no way that's going to happen. There's no way that I'm going to do that. And they do.
Or even asking that question. I remember a couple of members that I spent some time with, I can't do that. Never say never, because anything is possible.
You can see people doing it. You can see people already challenging themselves and actually saying, oh well, I'm going to try these things, or these things didn't work for me, but this really did. And you can see them sharing it, especially with the online. Sometimes you can just sit there and just watch the members help each other.
That's why
it's
I just
incredible.
love the positive posts online, because people so often think, I haven't done anything good today. Hang on a minute, did you just put your computer on and type something? That's okay, that's good enough. And then you see people saying, oh, I only really did this, but then what you see is the rest of the members going, that's incredible, that's massive. And that kind of support and encouragement from people is what makes people think, oh okay, actually, do you know what I did? That was pretty good, because maybe 6 months ago I wouldn't have turned my computer on and come on here.
I love being part of the referral process, people coming into us and obviously making that first phone call. And doing the evaluation of a needs assessment is so important for that person, and I love making it into a discussion more than an assessment, and the fact that I can empower that person to then make that decision to actually give it a go. And a few that I've done lately is I've got nothing to lose, nothing to lose at all. I need to give this a go, and then looking at some feedback coming back from that is so powerful, so powerful.
You've hit on a really good point there, Lise, as well. The sheer variety that we get in people that are coming through the service. You're on the front line every day doing assessments day in, day out. I can almost guarantee, I'm sure you back me on this, you don't see two of the same kind of presenting issues or problems.
No.
But it doesn't stop the kind of universal accessibility of what it is that we do from being able to touch people from so many different walks of life. To
the future.